Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with this channel or are watching this channel for the very first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense is because on this platform, we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions. But not everyone uses logic. For that reason, it is called uncommon sense. I just want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Face, Facebook, and Twitch. And as always, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who has supported this channel and who have followed me faithfully. So I just left a little message. Okay, so if you have not done so, please like, subscribe, and set the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do produce any content, you will have the opportunity to either catch it live or catch it on the playback. And I just want to acknowledge the fact that Hazel Green is in the chat. Good afternoon, Hazel. I'm glad to see you. I hope you're doing well. Now, as always, I just want to give a huge shout out to all the people who have seen fit to subscribe to my channel. The growth has been slow, but it's growing. And I'm also gratified the fact that right now I have 114 subs. And I thank you all very much. And I thank you that week after week, you see fit to allow me to enter into your devices and for me to share my wisdom and knowledge with all of you. Yes, Hazel, I'm doing very well. I hope you're very well. I know that you've been away from these YouTube streets for some time, but it was all out of necessity. Um, so right now, there's currently 3 people watching this stream. I just want to say thank you very much. Actually, I'm going to be coming in a couple weeks. It's going to be a whole year that I've been a serious YouTube creator. And I just want to acknowledge the fact the presence of James Maps is in the chat. Good afternoon, sir. I just want to let everybody know that James Maps also has a YouTube channel. So I'm going to ask uh, the members of the Uncommon Book, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to James Maps channel. I think you're going to find it very interesting. And what I'm going to continue to do is that whenever any other YouTube creators appear on the chat or on the panel, um, I'm going to encourage my followers to please subscribe to their channels as well. Now, before we get into the main topic, which is how to relax in a stressful world, okay, let's see what Hazel has to say. Okay, well, you know what? Thank you for stopping by. I just want you to know that you're always welcome on this platform. Yes. Good afternoon, James. So before we get into to the topic, yesterday was a very interesting day. It just so happens that many of my fellow YouTube creators all had stream live call-in shows. So basically, it was just stopping by here, stopping by there. First of all, it started with my platform yesterday, where I did an open forum, so to speak, regarding my observations of the week, and I decided to open up, and I had some people who were gracious enough to pop in and share their points of view. So after I did my live stream, and I think, okay, okay, cool. If you can put it in the chat what time you're going to be on, so that way, those of us who are able, we can catch it. So after I did my live stream, I also visited Not Soul's live stream, and I was there for a good hour and change. And then in the evening, of course, I participated in K-Fit's Wine and FaceTime live stream, uh, where she had an interest in talking regarding polygamy. Okay, so if you have not done so, please subscribe to our channel. And I see that James has another comment. Okay, cool. Then, after visiting K-Fit, I went to Don Amondo's channel, and so I spent some time. And yes, James. Yes, your channel is called James Paps. Yes. So I spent some time with Don Amondo, and then finally, I spent a good time with the 18th letter, talking about music going back from the 70s and whatnot. So, and then there was another stream by um, Magic Mulata. Unfortunately, I did not participate in that stream because basically I was asleep. I mean, 5 streams in one day is quite a bit. 6 would have been too much. No offense. So, and again, I really do appreciate all the love and support that everyone's given me. So, and I say thank you very much. Now, let me just reinforce the guidelines uh, regarding my channel. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I believe she is. Now, let me just reinforce the guidelines. I don't censor people, but I do expect the following. Please don't over talk me or anyone on my panel. Please don't disrespect me or anyone on my panel. If you abide by those 2 rules, well, cool. If you decide not to, guess what? You will be blocked and you will be banned from appearing on future live streams. It is as simple as that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get into the main topic. I stated, as I stated, the main topic is how to relax in a stressful world. Let me explain to you why we're even getting into that topic. Um, every Before the onset of C-19, things have been very stressful for many people. The stress of going to work every day, getting work on time, and then dealing with difficult co-workers, and then dealing with difficult people on the way to work and what have you, and going to school and things of that nature. And also dealing with with loved ones, and sometimes having misunderstandings and things of that nature. And I see we have another comment. Thank you very much, James. Okay, so with the onset of COVID-19, it has increased stress multiple times, because now you have to worry about getting infected by some sort of crazy disease, and the whole fact that you have to take precautions such as using a face covering that properly covers your nose and mouth, practicing social distancing, washing your hands for 20 seconds, um, constantly um, testing yourself whenever someone gets infected with COVID 19 to make sure you're not exposed. So that created a lot of stress. Now, what I did was I put the link in the on the chat so everyone wishes to join the panel. Okay. Also, anyone is welcome to enter a comment in the chat. Okay. You can say whatever you wish or ask that you be respectable. If you disagree with anything I'm saying, that's perfectly fine. You will also be given an opportunity to get on a panel to illustrate why am I wrong. So, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. There is no shame of it. So now I'm just going to share some information. Now I came across an article from a publication called Wellbeing, and it was dated May 9th of 2022. And the name of the article is How to Keep Calm in a Stressful World. Okay. In our modern world, so many of us experience chronic symptoms of stress that's become normal part of our lives. Stress is a natural response to perceived threats and once a useful system to keep us safe, back when danger looked like a saber-toothed tiger rather than a stack of urgent work documents. Of course, these days, saber-toothed tigers are few and far between, and we have much better defense against wild animals. So our perceived threats are very different. Okay, and we have a guest. So before I let my guest, I'm going to state the disclaimer. The views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host of the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host or the channel is prohibited. Reviews that the guest may hold may be considered offensive to some people. Anyone that appears to be under the influence of drugs or alcohol will be removed from the panel and forever banned from appearing on future panels. Um, if you don't like the content, you can block the channel. And now I'm going to bring in my guest.
Oh, I just came here to say hello.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm finna go live in a minute, so
Okay. How are you doing today, James?
great.
Okay. The reason. Okay. James, do you have an extra tab open?
Yeah.
Okay. What you need to do is to close the YouTube tab and keep the StreamYard tab open, or else it's going to be an echo.
Well, I'm about to leave anyway. So,
Okay. Well, thank you very much for stopping by.
all right. We love you all. Oh, we love you over
All
here.
right. Take care.
All right. You too.
Bye. So I'm going to continue with the article. Thanks, James, for stopping by. The symptoms of stress can take many forms. Sometimes stress can boost our productivity and motivate us into success. It has been it has benefits in small doses. However, when we feel stress over long periods of time, it can have severe impact in our health. You might notice that your sleep is affected and you start to become more anxious than usual. You might suffer with headaches, stomach aches, or skin complaints. In several, okay, take care, James. Be safe out there. Okay. You need to deal with your stress before it becomes a danger itself. Uh, It's important to note that symptoms of stress are due to your reactions rather than the stressors themselves. That means if you can't remove the object of your concern, you can still alleviate your symptoms so you're better able to cope with it. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to get into what's called the principles of stress management. Personally, it is important not to dismiss any negative emotions that you are feeling. It can be tempting to try to shrug off your frustration and distract yourself with other things. But if you don't own your stress, it will get worse over time. You can then work on simplifying your life so that you have less cause for stress around you. Practice your time management skills with a to-do list and work on building a positive and practical morning and evening routine that will help you get the most of every day, as well as a good night's sleep. The power of a restful night cannot be underestimated. That's very true. Finally, remember to breathe. When you feel stressed, your breaths can become shorter and shallower, which means your lungs are unable to push as much oxygen around your body. Focus on longer breaths rather than deeper, as this will help you to slow your heart rate and give you a chance to rationalize your feelings. So now we're going to get into management tools. There are lots of relatively simple ways to tackle stress and relax your mind. These techniques should be practiced daily so your mind becomes more efficient of tackling stress as it arises. One of the simplest ideas is to use mindfulness to become more present in the moment. Just as the act of paying attention over time can make it easier to rationalize minor irritations when they arise. An extension of this idea is sensory relief. This encourages you to find 5 ways you can see, 4 things you can hear, and then notice any smells. Focus on your breath and take hold of something your knees are fine if you have nothing solid nearby. This is a reassuring trick for those times when you feel overwhelmed with stress, and that help you to bring back into the present moment. Meditation. It is one of the most popular and effective tools for stress relief. If you have a little more time and you don't want to sit still, you might prefer yoga, or you might simply turn on your favorite song and let the music wash over you. Sometimes this is the only therapy that we need. Of course, talking is one of the best ways to release your burden. Building a support network can include friends, families, professional, and a professional therapist. It might also include a God or spiritual leader. Write down your thoughts to get them out of your head and spend time in nature to reconnect with the simple things in life. Okay, now we're going to discuss build a stress-free life. And again, people, the link is in the chat if you wish to enter the panel, or you can enter your comments. The aims of all these stress relief techniques is to reduce the need for medical intervention. While there is no shame in taking prescription drugs out, manage your mental health. This should always be a last resort, as they are extremely addictive and have a range of side effects. Remember, not all stress is bad, and you have the power to overcome those negative experiences. But just trust in yourself and try out a few of these tips and tricks to help build a calmer, more tranquil you. If you want to know about, okay, okay, so now I'm going to share with you another article which is called Seven Stress Relief Strategies That Really Work. And I just want to acknowledge the fact that there are 4 people watching the stream. And this is an article that was written recently on July the 2nd of this year. Okay. Stressors around these days, from the recent overturning of Roe v. Wade to economic strife to the rise in monkeypox cases in addition to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Both your mind and body can experience the effects of stress. You might feel irritable and frustrated, or if the stress is chronic, you might experience symptoms like frequent headaches, libido changes, digestive troubles, depression, decreased energy, and sleeping trouble. Although it's not always possible to control stressors, there are steps you can take to maintain your well being in the midst of difficult situations. These tips can help you effectively release stress there. Why do I feel stress? Stress is natural. It's your body's physical, mental, or emotional response to external situations. It is different for everyone. What stresses you may not stress your friends. In stressful situations, our bodies respond by activating the sympathetic nervous system, the part of the autonomic nervous system that's known as the fight or flight response. Your heart starts to beat faster and you start to sweat and tense up. It's a chemical process that prepares your body to physically react to being under attack. Even when you're not in physical danger, your body still reacts the same way to things that are overwhelming you. The more susceptible to stressful situations, when you are not getting enough sleep, you're not eating well, and you don't have a support system. Now we're going to deal with how to relieve stress. Remember that your way of dealing with stress may be different from others, and that's okay. Ultimately, reducing stress is a personalized approach. Let's just take a look. Just give me a moment. Okay, just want to acknowledge the fact that there's 4 likes on this stream. I just want to say thank you very much. Many of the tips are pretty general. This allows you to find your middle ground and decide what works for you. Use these tips to get started on your journey in getting rid of stress. The best part is that they're free and you can do them anywhere. So now we're going to deal with the tips. Number 1, exercise to boost your mood. Exercise can act as an intervention for anxiety and depression. A study of university students found that 2 days of aerobic exercises greatly reduce perceived stress and improve self-reported depression. Long periods of inactivity are associated with greater levels of mood disturbances and higher stress. Exercise can benefit your mood and help you to break the cycle of stress. One thing I try to do is I try to walk on a regularly on a daily basis as my form of physical activity. The World Health Organization recommends 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity activity each week. You don't need a gym membership or special at home machines. It's available at home and it's easier than you think. If you feel stress symptoms creeping up, try going to a walk. A 20-minute walk outside will decrease your stress hormone levels. That's true. Number 2, incorporate self care into your routine. What is self care? Think of it as refilling yourself in healthy ways by doing things that promote emotional and physical well being. It's easy to get into a negative space when you are stressed or burned out. Integrating self care with your daily routine will help you to stay positive and acknowledge that some things are out of your control without being overwhelmed. A 2018 study conducted on medical students concluded that those who practice self care regularly report lower levels of stress and higher quality of life ratings. Another part of self care is focusing on positive self talk. During times of stress, it's easy to let negative thoughts take over. Positive self-talk isn't ignoring the bad things. It means that your approach to situation with a positive attitude. Research shows that positive self-talk associated with lower levels of depression, stress, and greater life satisfaction. Self-care can be positive, and self-talk should be part of your daily routine. It's not something you have to say until you're running on empty. Number three, this mind you, these are the suggestions. Okay, so I'm not saying you have to do all of them, but you could consider some of them. So practice mindfulness or yoga. When you stress, your symptomatic nervous system triggers your fight or flight response. Your parasympathetic nervous system is the counterpart that returns your body to a balanced state. Breathing exercises during stressful situations activate the parasympathetic nervous system and help you to relax. A meta analysis of over 200 studies concluded that mindfulness based therapy reduces depression, anxiety, and stress. Daily meditation is another powerful tool for increasing attention and mood, even in short bursts. Yoga is one of the most popular tactics for getting rid of stress. Studies have found that yoga helps reduce stress and anxiety while increasing overall being. Now, this one, um, it's going to be easier for some, harder for others. And that's going to be drink less caffeine. Coffee is one of the most popular drinks worldwide, with the average American drinker having just over 3 cups a day. Short-term benefits associated with caffeine include increased alertness, attention, and concentration. This happens because caffeine activates your fight or flight response. Additionally, caffeine blocks the adenosine receptors, which facilitate sleep in the body. The adenosine system is involved with both the origin and the treatment of mood and anxiety. This suggests that caffeine can exacerbate symptoms in people with increased risk of anxiety disorders. Everyone has a different tolerance for caffeine, so if you can be healthy and drink coffee, finding your ideal balance is as easy as making note how much you feel after each additional cup. If you start to feel jittery or nervous, you can replace that extra cup with water or tea in the future. Okay. Number six, don't sacrifice sleep. Now, this is something that is very important, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when you don't sleep, you're not at your best. So, just give me a moment. Okay. If you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, your sleep can suffer, which is true. It can become a vicious cycle of being stressed and tired and then unable to turn your brain off enough to go to sleep. The more you sleep, you get, however, the more perceived stress level goes down. So how do you get a quality sleep when you're tired? It all comes down getting your body ready for bed. The adrenaline and cortisol in your body keeps you from going from an overwhelming state to sleep. To combat this, you can try implementing relaxed activities into your nightly routine. Not only does your body start to expect to go to sleep after your routine, but it also helps you to relax to enough to fall asleep. A nightly routine will look differently for everyone. Common activities include reading a book, taking a bath, and listening to music. Oh, yoga. Now, let me just share with you um, what I do when I go to bed. Okay, first of all, I take showers at night. Okay, most of the like once in a blue moon, I will take a shower in the morning. Um, but um, for the most part, I will I'll go to sleep. So once I shower and I change into my pajamas and whatnot, what I would do is what I would do is I have an Alexa and I will instruct Alexa to play music that will make me relax. It could be instrumental jazz, it can be soft music, anything to help make me relax so I am able to sleep. Okay. Not only does your body start to expect to go to sleep after your routine, but it also help you relax enough to fall asleep. A nightly routine will look different for everyone. Okay. Number six, make meaningful connections. A support system of friends and family can help reduce stress, especially during transitional life stages like college. However, if your family is the source of your stress, it's important to set boundaries for yourself and others. Boundaries are an essential way to help protect your mental health and keep you from taking too much on. The boundaries you create are completely up to you. It can be as simple as please call first before you stop by. Studies have found that the better you are establishing boundaries in both your personal and work life, the bigger buffer you have for stress. Pets are another source of stress reduction. Hugging your pet signals to your body to release ox- oxytocin, which is one of the feel good hormones. People with pets tend to have lower levels of loneliness and anxiety. So if you're feeling particularly overwhelmed, take a minute to hug your pet. Science back up the benefits. Um, the problem with me is um, I am not necessarily a pet person. Unfortunately, where I live, they don't allow you to have dogs unless the dog is a therapy animal. And usually, what you have to do is submit medical documentation to verify that Fido is not just a cute little dog, but it's also a therapy animal. Okay. And thus be mindful. If you have therapy animals like dogs, you have to make sure that you have to pick up after them when they poop. Or else you can hit with a fine and then you'll get nasty looks from your neighbors for not picking up the dog's poop. And number seven is set realistic goals. Reaching for the stars is great, but be also is setting realistic goals for yourself, whatever they may be. It's important to be aware of what you can control and how that impacts what you want to achieve. It is noble to want to achieve the goals and set expectations we set for ourselves. Putting them outside your reach, even optimistically, has a chance to backfire and leaves you feeling overwhelmed. Unrealistic goals can be the source of stress that leaves you feeling down when you don't reach them. Okay. Right now, there's currently 5 people watching this stream, and I'm going to encourage anyone that wishes to join the panel, by all means, do so. Anyone who wishes to add a comment, they can do so as well. And it's very important that you do set realistic goals. Now, what are realistic goals? Those are goals that you are able to achieve based on your talents and based on the circumstances that each one of us makes. I mean, like for example, I may want to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's a great goal. The problem is, most likely, I'm not going to achieve it because, first of all, because my platform is still small, number one. Number two, platforms, when you have um, mature discussion, usually grow slowly. I mean, that's the reality. Okay. So that's why I'm saying for me to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, well, it's a nice goal. It's not realistic. And I happen to know what, and you have to be realistic as far as what you're able to achieve. Now, feeling stress is a natural response our body has. It's completely normal to have ways where you are more or less overwhelmed. Since we cannot change everything and get rid of the stress, learning to manage it in a healthy way is essential. Identify your stress triggers and use simple tips to manage those negative feelings. Okay. So that's now I'm going to share with you one more article, and then after that, if no one else wishes to join the stream, what I will do is I'll start the wrap this up. First of all, just give me a moment to text somebody. Um, and as always, I do appreciate the fact that all of you have seen fit to allow me to come into your homes. Okay. Now I'm going to share with you another article. Actually, this article was dated November 23rd, 2021. And it is called Three Ways to Relax in an Increasingly Stressful World. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you this article, and if no one else joins the panel, I'm going to wrap it up. Okay. Worries about pandemic finances, work, family, politics, and health can increase stress levels at an unsustainable rate. After yet another stressful day, return to our comforts. For some, it's junk food and binge watching Netflix or perhaps scrolling through social media. Nevertheless, what we may not realize is these stress coping behaviors can prevent us from making beneficial life changes. There are, however, healthy and effective ways to cope with these stresses. Our nervous system has two states, parasympathetic and sympathetic. They have evolved to keep us alive, both alert and well rested. Our parasympathetic nervous system is our rest and digest state. On the contrary, our sympathetic nervous system is our fight, flight, freeze state. Historically, humans have spent most of their lives in a state of centralized rest, with momentary events of hyper alertness and sympathetic responses. Whether it was hunting prey or fighting an enemy, these sympathetic responses were short lived. After bursts of excitement, stress, or fear, our parasympathetic state would take over. Thus, our breathing will return to normal, our blood pressure will drop, and we will return to a calm state of calm. However, our daily lives have changed, and many of us are chronically in a sympathetic state. We are pushing our nervous systems to the brink of being constantly alert, ready to fight, flee, or freeze. When we are anxious, our bodies are in the utmost constant sympathetic state of hyper alertness and tension. For some, past traumas have strengthened those fight, flight, and freeze pathways, making them a default state. It is critical to our overall health to find ways to override this and trigger a past state. And we have the presence of the 18th letter. Good afternoon, Joaquin. I'm gonna, excuse me. I'm gonna, okay. I'm gonna drop the link again if you wish to join the panel. Excuse me. Luckily, there are lots of tried and tested ways to achieve this. A past event can strengthen stress pathways. We can strengthen our parasympathetic rest and digest pathways. The idea is to use our physiology to tell our nervous system that we are safe and it's okay to slow down and rest. A scientifically proven way to switch from a stress state to a calm one is simply to breathe. How we breathe sends a message to our nervous system on what our current environment is like. The short swallow breaths of stress and anxiety send signals to our bodies to be ready, alert, and prepared for action. However, the slow, deep, diaphragmatic breaths tell our systems that we are safe and relaxed. By using controlled breathing, we have the keys to almost switch our state of stress instantly. There are many well researched, well developed breathwork practices that can be used to trigger a relaxed state. A recent study found that taking 6 deep breaths in 30 seconds can significantly reduce blood pressure and heart, triggering a parasympathetic response. Another simple and easy remember breath control practice is box breathing. I never heard what that is, but let's see what it is. Imagine your breath in the shape of a square box. On one side is a slow 4-second inhale. Across the top is a 4-second breath hold. Down the other side is a 4-second exhale, and across the bottom is a 4-second breath hold. Repeat this box 4 times and feel your stress state dissolve. Mind refreshing meditate. It's no secret that meditation is an effective practice to reduce stress, but why is it so hard? A regular meditation practice can reduce stress, lower anxiety and blood pressure, improve sleep, reduce pain, and more. However, those of us who are operating in fight, flight, or freeze can find it difficult to sit calm. When particularly stressed, sitting and thinking over what causing stress can feel counterproductive. Nevertheless, we need to allow ourselves to process stress and anxiety by letting these thoughts surface, acknowledging them, and allowing them to pass through our minds. We can let them go. With practice, it gets easier. When we start with meditation, there are many different styles, gurus, programs, and apps available that approach meditation differently. Apps like Calm and Headspace can help us when we get started. I'm gonna ask you to give me a moment while I get something to drink. I will be right back. Okay. I back. I apologize. It's just that my throat was getting very, very dry. So I just had to. Okay. So let me just continue. Once you can develop a practice that works, choosing your favorite stress-free music and tune out the world. By scheduling a regular time in your day to practice meditating, you're more likely to keep up a practice and able to distress when you need it most. Now, here's something that we all need to do once in a while, and that is unplug from social media, spend time in nature. Okay. Spending time in nature allows us to reconnect with our innate attraction to the natural world, calming our nervous systems. After all, humans have spent the majority of our existence as species living in nature. It is not surprising that nervous systems crave and attune in natural surroundings. A 2017 study on the health benefits associated with the immersion of in nature found widespread benefits on immune system function. Additionally, it found that during this benefits our cardiovascular and respiratory systems, depression and anxiety, and mental relaxation. If you are stressed after a challenging day at work, go for a walk in the park or trail. And I like to acknowledge the fact that right now there are 5 people watching this stream. And I will encourage anyone to please, if they wish to enter the panel, do so. Um, there are countless challenges in our modern lives, and our nervous systems are responding as they are designed to. We have the ability, the tools, and the strategies to control our responses and to use our nervous system to de stress after a long day. Make these 3 simple practices part of your daily routine, and you will notice improvement in your mental health. Okay. And we're going to end it right here. So, in short, um, the fact of the matter is we're all going to deal with stress on a daily basis. And stress can come, you know, as far as being a single person, making sure that you take care of yourself. You also get stressed when you're on, your public transportation, on your way to work, and the fact that there's delays and there's a time crunch because you're trying to get to work on time. Also, there's the stress where you're dealing with difficult co-workers, which can make your life a living purgatory, so to speak. And also, there's also the stress which comes from being in relationships. Um, and the fact of the matter is, when you're upset, you don't think rationally. And unfortunately, um, there are times when you will act before you think. And therefore, you have to think about the consequences of your actions. Um, I'm not saying that all these techniques of work, and I'm not saying that all, you have to do all of them. You need to decide which of these techniques work well for you, and then you will decide uh, what to do. But in any case, these are some techniques. There might be other techniques. The bottom line is this: we all need to calm down and find ways to get rid of stress. The worst thing you can do is to keep your stress to yourself. Okay. Hello, Gigi. Good afternoon. Thank you for stopping by. What we're doing, the topic is how to relax in a stressful world. You're more than welcome to enter the chat, to enter the panel if you're so inclined. If you do not wish to do so, I understand. Um, and I apologize. It's just that I usually don't talk for more than 45 minutes because I'm going to be perfectly honest. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone. But when you are the host, you do have to share information. So, that being said, um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you what's going to be my schedule, and we have Gigi. Good
Hey,
afternoon, ma'am.
Jose. How
How you
are
doing
you?
today? Fine, thank
I'm
you.
doing well. I want to come up
Yeah,
here and show you a little support.
I
How's it
appreciate.
going?
Fine. First of all, I just want to thank you for all the love that you support that you give me, and I want to encourage everyone. If you have not done so, please subscribe to Golden Goddess's channel. I think
Thank
you're
you,
gonna love
Jose.
it. You're gonna love it. It has a little bit of everything. It has news, it has information, it has spice, it has bochinche. So by all means, show her some love and subscribe to her channel.
Bochinche. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate your support as well.
No, but you know what? The fact of the matter is, we all need to support each other. And I see we have recent Philly. Thank you for
Hi,
stopping by, sir.
Reese.
Now, I don't know if, okay, so the topic is how to relax in a stressful world. And let's
Hmm.
keep it 1,000. You've been under a lot of stress.
Yeah. Did you hear my breakdown analysis the other day, the other morning?
I might have catch it. I don't know. Would you like to share with us?
No, no, not really. I was just wondering because I was talking about all the stress and stuff or whatever.
Yeah, I find it. I hate to say it, but I'm not surprised because one thing I noticed that quite a few of the female YouTube creators have to deal with a lot of stress,
Hmm.
unfortunately you're dealing with some people who are need of therapy, and
Hmm.
they cannot counteract what you say with facts or with some intelligence, so they get into the emotional.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it's true.
yeah,
A little therapy is good for everybody, I think.
yes, that is so true. That is so true.
Hmm.
So how's Multi?
She's doing well. We're gonna go live tonight.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, actually, would you believe it or not, yesterday, other than my channel, I was in 4 other streams.
I can believe it. You're putting in that work, Jose.
Well, look, the fact of the matter is this. Um, it's what I call give and take. Okay.
Hmm.
I have no problem, you know, encouraging my supporters to support people like yourselves, and Latin explaining and multiracial movement and things of that nature. Or I appreciate if you show me the same amount of love.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, you want? I'm not saying it enough on my channel. Is what you're saying?
no.
Oh no, what did you mean? I'm sorry. I don't know if I
No,
misunderstood
no,
what you
no,
were saying.
no, no, no. What I'm saying, no, I'm just making a general statement. It's not directed towards you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, one thing I make it. I say what I mean. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I don't hide what I say.
Yeah.
Okay, because unfortunately, I'm think you have dealt with that with some other so-called YouTube creators. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I say on the panel, "Hey, everybody, subscribe to this person, this person, this person," but I don't every stream, But um, usually I don't always remember to do that or whatever. But at the end of the day, though, if you're on the panel, you're being introduced. Everybody pretty much knows. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I see people are coming, so I'm so happy that people are supporting you.
Well, one thing that I have strived to do is to provide a safe zone for
Mm-hmm.
people to express their views. And I really wanted to make sure that the multiracial and the biracial community know that on this platform, it's a safe zone to express their views. Because
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, let's keep it 1,000. I mean, it seems like people have drawn a bullseye on you and Multi and Hazel and things of that nature. And of course, there's been a lot of politics involved with
Yeah.
that side.
Mm-hmm.
So
Thankfully, it seems like things are calming down. So let's see.
yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
So how is your channel coming along?
It's coming along. I mean, it's kind of hard when you start all the way over to build up all them subs again. But I am getting, pretty decent views. My live streams, are pulling 6, 7, 8. So it's not bad for me only having a channel that's how a month and something old or whatever. I think I'm doing well. I
Yeah,
should have the goal is to have it, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months. I'm gonna have to put some work in. It just doesn't fall back into your lap that easy. It's just the way YouTube goes. But I'm doing well, yeah.
well, one thing I am gratified that more and more people are returning to watch my content. I mean, I just take a look at my analytics. 35% of the people who watch of those who watch my content are actual subscribers.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
good.
yeah,
But
and
actually that other number though is good too though, because that means those are the views that are being recommended to people. So once you're starting to be recommended to people, it means you're starting to, make your little print in the algorithm. So it means you're doing well.
yeah, yeah, and you know what's the best part about it is that I'm not going negative.
Yeah, you're staying true to yourself on your platform.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it's I have to agree with what Reese is saying. I mean,
Let me look at the chat.
yeah, that YouTube is hard on women. You know what it okay, you know what it is? I think you have a lot of incels on these YouTube streets.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to approach a woman. Okay. Particularly a woman that's beautiful, that's intelligent, that have her stuff together. And sometimes they treat YouTube as like Tinder.
Yeah. I think that women can be sometimes more sensitive and get more rowdy when things are, people are saying things about you as well. Sometimes the men, they can just say real terrible stuff to each other and kind of brush it off and keep it moving. I would say that more so before, but I will say now I've definitely seen some men in this space on here that No, you say one thing and it's World War III. So you really can't go by the gender thing out here anymore. You know, it's nut jobs on both sides. It's fem cells too,
Yeah,
not just
that's true.
incels. Fem cells, they're
No, that's
dangerous
true.
too.
That's true. If you believe it or not, one female YouTube creator wanted to report me to YouTube.
You said she wanted to report you?
She said she wanted to report me to YouTube
Why?
because I actually have the nerve to say to a divester that not all African American men are bad. Okay.
Well, you know that you can't go in any direction without offending one of the groups.
Yeah, that is so true. And what's odd
Mm.
because I'm considered like the Mr. Rogers of YouTube.
I've seen you get a little spicy, Jose.
Yeah, I know. I know. Particularly,
Jose, you be killing me. I be feeling bad too because you know what it is too. Because like even when I told you before, I'm like we kind of met like in the middle of like basically war and stuff like that. So it's been real chaotic or whatever. But when so sometimes I don't even realize that stuff's going on. But then I listen to the playback, and you be so mad because you be wanting to get in there, and that's why I'm like, Jose, we be just be going, we be talking about drama. I'd be like, Jose, jump in, because when we get to talking, we be having issues going on, and everything's going every which way. But yeah, it don't be intentional. It's just been a lot of stuff going on. But like I said, everything seems a lot more calmer now. So hopefully it will stay that way,
I
and
hope
we
so
can just
too.
get back to
I hope,
normal
I hope,
conversations.
yeah, I hope so too because when everything is said and done, this is YouTube. This is not real. I mean, this is
Mhm.
how this.
Well,
This
it
is
is real. When it reaches out and touches your real life, that's when it does become real, you know?
yeah, I know.
Because
Um,
I don't even suggest people telling people where they work. None of that stuff on here. These people will call your job, everything.
See, that's the reason why I will state that I am a municipal employee, but I will not state the agency I work in
Yeah,
because
that's smart.
because look, you have to deal with some of these brain damage in the individuals. So of course, sometimes they go to any extreme to try to create headache.
Hmm.
I remember one individual, which will remain nameless, who you know, that tried to invade my platform.
Invade,
Yes, and I,
not an
I mean,
invasion.
and the crazy part, he swore that he would never get on my platform.
Yeah.
Okay,
A
but
lot of people swear a lot of things out here in these YouTube streets and be enemies one week and best friends the next, you know?
I know, but that's not me. I mean, okay, let me put it this way: there's
That's
many
not me
people.
anymore. I don't have that much forgiveness anymore.
Okay, I will be cordial to
Yeah.
everyone to a certain point.
Hmm.
However, when it comes to like a, I have a very small niche of people that I really consider friends that I will share some of my personal stuff with. Okay,
Hmm.
I would prefer not to mention them here because I don't want them to be getting all the hate. But
Recharged. Yeah.
yes,
Uh-huh.
those who are in my inner circle, they know
Hmm.
who they are, and one thing I gotta admit, I really have a lot of love for Denise Gonzalez
Hmm. She's really
because
nice.
yes, because first of all, um, she was the one that inspired me to have my own platform. So,
Hmm.
and also when it comes to like certain things, like certain technical questions, certain things like what to do on my channel, I mean, we share
I like her
information.
vibe and I like her uh boss bitch energy. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
yeah.
That's a compliment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Strong woman
Yeah, she's definitely
vibes.
no,
Yeah.
she's definitely. I mean, I have
Hmm.
been one of her biggest supporters ever since her channel has started, and actually, believe it or not, we met during a disagreement.
Yeah. Why does it? How come sometimes it be like that and they be your best friends in the end, right?
You know what I think? You know what I think it is that people go by first impressions, and then after you
Hmm.
give the person an opportunity, you find out that that's not the case. Okay, now we were on a stream talking about femicide in Latin America, and she was sharing a lot of statistical data. And she said a few things that I did not agree with.
Hey,
So
K
I,
Fit.
oh, I said, hey, I see Kate is in the chat. If you want to join in, by all means do so. So, so what I did was I respectfully stated I disagree.
Hmm.
I didn't get emotional. I didn't get violent or whatever. I just simply stated, I'm sorry, I disagree. And then when I got on her platform the first time, I made it perfectly clear that I wasn't trying to attack her personally. It's just that she was expressing a viewpoint when I had trouble accepting, and I was just expressing my point of view.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, and the fact of the
Which is
matter,
what makes YouTube fun. That's what people like. The debating of talking points is what makes YouTube fun. What makes it not fun is when, it gets personal.
yeah, I agree. I mean, late last year we had a discussion regarding C-19 and her perspective that the pandemic was over. So I invited her to my platform to express a point of view. And I stated that with all due respect, I respectfully disagree. So what I did was I presented my data, she presented her data. So we were able to come to the conclusion, okay, there's going to be some things we're going to disagree, but there's other things we will agree on.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Hmm. It's boring to have everybody just agree on everything.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I never want my platform to be an echo chamber
Yeah.
because I mean, and and to be
I
perfectly
always said
honest,
that too. I don't want an echo chamber either. Uh, People can disagree, just do it respectfully. That's just
yeah,
really the key.
I agree. Now I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, when I started entering um, your platform, the multis, uh, you know, um, I did have a little bit of concern because not knowing how the community is and how the community would receive me.
Hmm. And you said
Okay.
you had seen a little bit of it from the outside, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So anybody that's normal would have some concerns going in just because of all the stuff that you see or whatever. So that makes sense.
Yeah, and the big and to keep it and to keep it 1,000. One of the things that I am concerned about that if I get into a confrontation with the individual which will name nameless, I mean, is that are you going to team up with him against me or whatever? Or I mean,
Of course not. What do you mean? No. Listen, I know you're kind of new around here, but the thing is with the whole thing with me and Multi is these people come against us, okay? We don't just go against people, they come against us.
hmm yeah,
That's how it's been.
I
Because we
understand.
have the loudest voices in the space,
Yeah,
besides Exoticals United.
yeah. I understand. It's just that you know, it's like trying to get the lay of the land, so to speak. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from.
Kinda. I guess I get the vibe of it, but not the actual saying. What does the actual saying mean?
In other words, okay, it's the fear of the unknown. That's what it is.
Hmm.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now, because look, like for example, if I get on Latin explaining, I know what's the lay of the land would be. If I get on
Hmm.
the Radical Latino show, I know what's the lay of the land. If I get on Protest Channel or True Teacher Channel, I already you see these are people that I hang with in their circle. So I know the lay of the land. I know and I know what to expect. And
But I
again,
have
this
that
is
same thing too when I come to yours and I give my opinions in the chat that aren't necessarily the same as everybody else. I have that same feeling as well. I think it's normal when you go into other sectors.
mhm, yeah. And and the fact and one thing at one point in multi-stream, I stated before that I'm trying to learn about the community, and I hope I'll be accepted as an outline.
Yeah, and you have been for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
So no, as far as Zacharias, I'm cool with Zacharias or whatever. If he comes through and talks or makes jokes or talks nicely, yeah. But I mean, he's not like a normal on my panel or channel, and we just got more so friendly past couple of months or so, like right before you came in, because he was against us before. Have you went to his podcast yet to hear? Because I think they said that he had one with you, but I didn't go check
No,
it out.
you know what? I don't wish to go there with all due
Oh, because
respect.
I said the name. My bad. My bad. Yeah.
No, because first of all, this this is my thing. If you're gonna make an accusation, produce the receipts or stop.
Hmm.
Okay. Now I have over 250 videos of my channel. I have 12 moderators. You being one of them. Okay. I have moderators who are Latino. I have moderators who are Afro American. I have one moderator who's Haitian. I have moderators who are biracial and multiracial. With all
Hmm.
that, where's your receipt that I'm a racist?
Yeah, I wouldn't take that to heart. That was just thrown in the air as, in the middle of a battle, I guess. I wouldn't even put any energy into it or feed into it so that can grow. That's the problem with these spaces too. Not just our space, but YouTube in general. It's like the more you breathe life into it, unfortunately it grows and grows and grows, and it's
And
kind of some things you address and then you just like move on, because if not it'll continue to grow.
yeah.
That's my experience anyway.
And one thing that people need to understand when it comes to Puerto Ricans,
Mhm.
um, we tend to look after each other. Okay.
Mhm.
And particularly if the person is an elderly person.
Mhm.
So, so obviously you know, when anyone that line that gets on me, they're gonna come to my defense.
Mhm. See, this
Okay.
is the problem with this whole situation, is because I feel like you're kind of going in the direction of like, hey, I'm older and everybody should come to my defense. The problem with it, though, I have to be honest with you, is with the whole situation, there's so many people there, and there's like, just like you and him have a little issue, there's like all these other people that have little tiny, issues within themselves that aren't full out wars, but they just probably don't like each other. If we used to do that, jump in the middle of everything. It just turns out not well for us. We look like the bad guys at the end of the day. So we try to stay out of other
I,
people's stuff as much as
yeah,
we can,
yeah,
unless it goes to the point. But unfortunately, it's sad to say that in this space, that word is thrown around so much that when you first come, you flinch at it, but now it's just like people just throw it around like it's lost its value, like it doesn't mean as much anymore, because it's like people just say that about everybody.
okay. I just want to acknowledge the fact that the Blasian King is in the chat. Good afternoon, sir. And I'm gonna
Hi,
ask those.
Blazing.
I'm gonna ask if you have not done so, please subscribe to his channel. I think you're gonna find it very interesting. Um, I
Yeah, he got some good
apologize.
music on there too.
Yeah, I apologize for these short little commercials, but
It's okay. But yeah, Jose, I mean, honestly, if it's just me and you meeting out here in these YouTube streets, you keep it real with me, I keep it real with you, and don't let other people's bullshit get in between whatever friendship we have, then we're good. It's the problem with the politics of the other people. That's why things go left on YouTube. And that's why you really see me really mostly stick with multi, you know?
you know what, and I understand that, because the fact of
Mm-hmm.
the matter is, um, unfortunately, it seems like you don't have too many allies.
Well, the thing is that that's just content creators, because content creators, you got to look at the end of the day, they're in competition. Okay. But when you actually look at the audience, we have the most support. So, like I said, besides Exoticals United. So we're good. We're in a good position out here in these YouTube streets. If people aren't like competing against you or jealous or mad, then you're not doing that good out here.
Yeah,
I
there
think
is.
even Ramon said that. Boricua said that. He's like,
Yeah,
you're doing well then. Mm-hmm.
I mean, lately I had to block several people from my platform
Mm-hmm.
because they either put in inappropriate comments or they're attacking me.
Oh
And
no.
basically,
Yeah, the trolls come.
yeah, I have trolls,
Mm-hmm.
and I had two simple rules: do not overtalk me or any of the guests. Do not disrespect me or any of the guests. And one thing, I don't censor people. I allow
Mm-hmm.
people to say whatever the bleep they want. And half the time, people censor themselves, um, because I don't believe in censoring. As long as you keep it respectful, you can say whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Same.
yeah,
Same, same, same.
yes. Well, so, what's some of the ways that you do to relax during stress?
Some of the things that I like to do is cardio helps to get those endorphins pumping, that always helps for a good mood.
Uh-huh.
And baths help, relaxing hot baths, right? Talking to friends, getting stuff off your chest. Um, I'm seeing a therapist now or whatever. That helps me a lot. I really enjoy it. A little bit of smoke here and there don't hurt, you
Okay.
know?
I just want to acknowledge the fact that Denise Gonzalez in the chat. Hello, Denise. How are you doing today? And I'm gonna. Okay.
Hi,
I'm sorry.
Denise.
And I apologize
Hi,
for the.
cute one.
I apologize for the commercial break, but I just want to ask everybody, if you have not done so, please subscribe to London's Planning. I mean, you're going to get a very interesting perspective. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I tend to do these little commercials every now and then. To make sure.
No, that's good. You're really good at the marketing and stuff like that, the promotion and stuff like that. And I liked how I actually took that from you a little bit, how like you see when I do my streams, I give that little like, hey, everybody here is grown, everybody's responsible for themselves. I'm not to blame for anything anybody. I was like, that's a good idea, Jose, when I came to your chat and I saw that.
Well, actually, to be perfectly honest, that I was inspired by Denise because
Mm-hmm.
she has a disclaimer. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make this perfectly clear. Basically, what I've done, I I use the way she does her platform, and apply it to me. It's just that the difference is I add my own personal touches and whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
and I twerk it a little bit. But
Mm-hmm.
if you take a look at my format, it's very similar to hers.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's good. Well, you did say she was your inspiration in making a channel, right?
Yes. And the
Yeah.
fact of the matter is, I am pleased that I have adopted quite a few people as my cyber children. So I
Hmm.
have
Yeah, I want you
Denise.
guys to come on my panel. I want you guys to hop up and hit the link. I mean, now that everything's, calmed down.
Yes, definitely. So, of course, the people that I consider to be my cyber children, Denise, Radical Latino, the 18th
Hmm.
letter. I like to think you and Multi
Of
as my
course.
cyber daughters, if you don't mind.
Of course. You better say that.
And of course, Hazel. I mean,
Yes.
I love her spirit. I,
It's literally like a dysfunctional family, but it's like a real family in the community that there is, which is special about this place as well.
okay, I see Denise have a comment saying it's needed because we're running
Mm,
shows here, YouTube, and it can be sued for stuff that goes well on
that's a
purpose.
good
We don't
point.
need, yes, I agree.
Mhm.
Yes, and one thing I make, you see, one thing I made it perfectly clear. You're not obligated to receive my content. If you don't like my content, block me, block me, or go to
No, they
any.
never do. They watch you more when they don't like you. You haven't figured that out?
Oh yes, okay. And I see we have another comment from Reese.
Read this one. So. And you guys
But
don't want to come up in the chat and chit chat? I feel like it's just me and Jose just hanging.
you know what? I mean, it is what it is. So,
It is what
but
it is, yes.
but you know what? I currently see a therapist myself. So,
Oh, okay, that's good.
no, because I
Do you like your
have.
therapist?
Yes, I do. It's just that I'm dealing
Mm-hmm.
with some issues that I would prefer not to discuss out in
Mm-hmm.
the open. Those who are in my inner circle know what I've been through, and I see that Denise has another comment. It doesn't need to write the hell if they don't like the content, but it's very clear how they hate watch when when there's 34 million active YouTube channels.
Facts, facts, facts.
Yes, and you know what? That's you see, that's why I love Denise so much.
But yeah, but I had to do that too, though. Like, learn to stop watching the hate streams or whatever. But then again, I mean, I guess that's a little
Yeah,
bit different when they're talking about you. But you know what I mean. But still, though, it's still the same concept, really. It's just like, if you don't like that person, if you don't like the content, if it's upsetting you, disturbing your spirit, don't watch it.
okay. So if there's no one else that wants to join, entertaining the comments, what I'll start to do is I'll start to wrap this up. Now, what I do, Gigi, after I do my live calling show, we have like a
Hmm.
backstage session where we
Hmm.
are able to discuss things freely without, worrying about going in the air. So I don't know if you'll be interested in joining me in the backstage, or if you have to go, you have to
I
go.
was
I
gonna
understand.
ask you the last time we did the backstage, Boricua said he was gonna post or something, but I didn't see it. So you don't post your backstages at all then?
No, what? Okay, no, what I'll just do is I'll put people in the backstage,
Hmm.
and then what I will do is I'll say my final week. Okay, let's see. Let's see. We have another comment. I do not entertain BS here. I'm in YouTube to make a show. People are entitled to hate it. Just don't get me entangled on BS because I will cancel you faster than Steve Harvey show was canceled. Okay.
Do you do a lot of
Well,
panels? Because I feel like a lot of drama usually mostly just comes from panels.
okay. Um, I do 3 shows a week.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them I do a live panel. One of them I don't open it, but sometimes I will open it if I see a lot of people in the chat. So basically, how I conduct things is like I will discuss a topic. Um, I will spend anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, depending, depending what type of material I have in it. And sometimes people take a while before they hop on my panel, and then also I have a thing called "What the heck it is." Now that's a little. That's when I okay. And Denise said most drama comes from both folks out here. Okay. Like, for example, if I come across something stupid, crazy, or insane, there's a segment called What the Heck It Is. So, what I will do is I will discuss the topic. And it could be anything. And let's see, and Denise has another comment, which is you can be talking about orchards and angry bored folk will find a way to get offended by that.
It's true though.
Yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is I would drop the link several times. I would encourage people to join the panel. If I see people who have a YouTube channel, I would encourage my supporters to support them because it cannot be just me, me, me. We should be trying to help each other grow our channels.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, whenever you will get on, or Denise will get on, or the 18th letter, or the intro buddy, well, I would encourage my supporters to please support their channels as well.
Okay.
So so basically, and for the most part, it's relatively stress free. It says only lately I had to deal. You can see just just as you. Um, it's only recently that I had to like ban people from my channel. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's a sign that my channel is growing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because look, I almost double my subscribers since May 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 114 subs. So
That's
I've
good.
gained. So the key,
And I'm pretty sure
see,
you doing them panels helped.
yes, I mean let's keep it 1,000.
Yeah.
I also join other panels and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And did you say I sound like Sasu from The Lion King? I swear.
You putting in that work, Jose, and you're consistent and you're full time on here, right? You're putting in the work.
Uh it's not full. Okay, it seems like it's full time. It is not full time. Because I do have a life outside of
Mm-hmm.
here. Okay, but what I try to do if when I discuss a topic is I do research and then I'll just share my knowledge. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, it sounds like at least I know something about the topic. Now, the direction I'm going with my channel is that on my stream on Sundays, it's going to be my normal content. But now, starting this week, it's going to get into the more slightly spicy and controversial side. So, so the topic for
Okay.
Thursday is going to be: Can a 304 become a wife?
Well, that
So,
sounds spicy.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share some characteristics about what a a good wife would be, and some characteristics regarding what a 304 is, and people were
Mhm.
surprised that I actually knew what a 304 is. Go
I
figure.
was too. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the notification, I was like, okay, Jose.
And then the following weekday stream, I'm going to be discussing um, the circumstances how people lost their virginity. So,
So you want all the tea, huh?
you know what? Uh, I'm not used to all this spicy stuff, but you know, you you gotta leave your comfort zone once in a while. And I see Denise put down a good wife is pleasant and modest. I agree. And she also said, there's 3 or 4 showing their whole bodies for the world to begin with.
Hmm.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to wrap this up. So I'm going to ask you, Gigi, to say your final remarks, and hopefully you can join me in the backstage.
Okay, I just want to say thank you for having me on and just say bye to everybody. And y'all have a good day. All right. Thanks,
Okay.
Jose.
So
Bye.
I'll put you in the backstage.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do the backstage this time. I'll do it next time. Sorry.
Oh, okay. You know what? It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine.
I
It's just that
appreciate it, though.
I just want you to realize that here, it's a safe zone. Okay.
Hmm.
And I just want you and all the rest of the biracial and multiracial people know that, you know, you do have an ally um, with me, and I will continue, to make sure that all of you have an opportunity to express your views because unfortunately there's not too many opportunities that you have, and you have people who are constantly trying to tell you to be who you're not, and I don't appreciate that.
Well, thank you for the support, Jose. I appreciate it. And
Okay.
I'm going to support everybody's channel over here as well. I really do enjoy y'all's content. So, but I will talk to you later.
All right, be safe there.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my final words. Um, the fact of the matter is there wasn't that much activity, but it's okay. There are days when there's going to be a lot of activity, and there's going to be days where it's going to be not so much activity, but that's perfectly fine. I just want to thank everybody who entered their comments in the chat. The 18th letter, Denise, Maps, Reese, Gigi, um, Hazel, um, and everybody else who entered their comments in the chat. Um, I'm gonna ask everybody, if you have not done so, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So therefore, when I do produce content, um, you have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. Now, this Tuesday, I think it's gonna be 8 o'clock. I'm going to have a stream. Uh, it's going to be dedicated. Yes, I'm going to see you at 5 o'clock. I'll be there. It's going to be a stream dedicated to the memory of my mom. For those of you who are not familiar, um, this Tuesday will make it 5 years. I'm sorry, 2 years that my mom passed away. She was 86 years old when she died. Unfortunately, she had a massive stroke, which left her on a vegetative state, and she requested that no attempts to sustain her through artificial means be attempted. So I'm going to share my reflections, and I see we have Don Armando. Hello, sir.
Hey, now how's everything with you?
Hey, okay, how you doing today?
I'm all right, just getting business done.
Okay.
Just making another logo, just making a couple of logos. So that's what I'm doing. A shout out to
Yeah.
Reese from Philly.
Yes. Thank you, Denise. This Tuesday will mark it 2 years that my mother passed away.
God rest her soul.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dedicate a stream to my mom. So I mean, the fact of the matter is she was 86 years old, so she lived a long life. It's just that unfortunately her last days she was in a vegetative state. So
Uh,
and she specifically requested that we do not attempt to keep her alive through artificial means. Um, Now, the topic was how to relax in a stressful world, because we've been dealing with a lot of stressful situations, particularly when it comes to C19. And you, my brother, you have been dealing with some stress, with some stupidity with some of the members of the peanut gallery here on YouTube.
well, it's not really stressful over there because I cursed the person out. But it's
Hmm.
like, they could say whatever. They don't know me. They're not affecting my bills, so they're not real stressed. The real stress is like in my work environment, which I'm not really gonna say, but
Yeah,
the stupidity of my job is that there's a guy that I have a beef with, right? And
yeah,
apparently his whole origin of the beef with me is because of a woman that I don't want. And
okay,
the beef started after I got married, before I got married. So on the days that I was paying off my wedding venue and everything like that, and I was trying to get a promotion, actually went and put a bad word for me while I was trying to get that promotion, and then I didn't get that promotion because um the higher ups are stalling, and I was just trying to get that promotion so I won't have to be in that situation. And all this time, this guy was talking crap on my name and everything, trying to say, "Oh, he wants to fight or whatever." So one day, I just actually blanked out on him, and and the thing is, though, he don't learn his lesson. And
okay,
after I blanked out on him, he tried to pick on other people that actually blanked out on him also.
okay.
So
Excuse me, I don't mean to cut you off. Denise, I am wrapping this up. The link is in the chat if you want to join in the backstage. Otherwise, I'll see you at 5 o'clock your time for your stream. I'm sorry, it's just that I'm just in the process of wrapping this up, but
I got you.
we can continue the discussion in the backstage if you wish.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. And oh, before we go, I just want to encourage everyone. If you have not done so, please subscribe to Don Armando's channel. You know, it's a relatively new channel, so show the brother some love. So
Thank you.
no, it's okay. So any last words before I wrap this up?
Yeah, you have to give me the link to the 18th letter channel because I want to actually subscribe to him also.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll DM it to you during the week.
All right,
Okay. All
because
right.
I had a hard time looking for his channel yesterday. So
Okay. Fine. Okay. Fine. I'll see you at 5 o'clock your time. So So what I'm gonna do, Don Armando, I'm gonna put you in the backstage, and then we'll just
All
continue
right.
in the backstage. So don't go away.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Right.
Now I'm gonna give you my final words. The fact of the matter is, we're living in a world where stress it's a reality. It's just how we deal with the stress. That's the key issue. And there are many ways that we can uh, find ways to reduce stress. So it's just a question of applying those things that make sense to you. Okay. Because when everything is said and done, you determine how to deal with stress. Let's try to find constructive ways um, to reduce the stress to a level that we can deal with. As always, I thank you all for allowing me to come into in your devices. So that being said, I'm going to close the same way that I always close. Do not let the errors of the past damage your future. And we must do everything possible to minimize our contact with the mentally and intellectually challenged people, because if we fail to do so, we'll be infected by their stupidity and mass insanity. That being said, I thank you very much. This has been another episode of Uncommon Sense. Take care and peace off. Peace out.
Be strong.